And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I forgot to turn that off. Okay, good. Turned off. Fantastic. Let's get this going. Also, Infamous Bob, good to see you, buddy. Thank you so much for the 5 new friends. So, sorry, I gotta hit buttons. Ready.
It's okay. It's suspenseful.
It's suspenseful.
Mm-hmm.
When we last left our heroes, after the shocking events of our very first tale, our heroes were blasted into another realm as a mysterious man thrust a bag of holding into another. The party found themselves on a massive rock formation, drifting in a silvery purple abyss. After a brief and somewhat confusing introduction, the party learned that they were not collectively dreaming, per se. Making their way in search of anything, the party happened upon a massive chasm. And as they investigated the hole, strange creatures began to pour out, attacking the party. However, the small creatures were not the only thing that lived in the void. As a gigantic monstrosity rose from the darkness, attacking and eating anything in sight. Barely making it away with their lives, our heroes hid behind a large boulder as the creature continued to hunt. It was at this time a strange voice was heard from behind them. A middle-aged Githyanki named Jed was the source of the strange voice. He informed the group that, as per the job's description, he was there to save one of them and give safe passage to the nearest outpost. And after a bit of persuasion, the party convinced Jed to take them all, with payment promised later, of course. Narrowly escaping the creature now known as Not Gary, the party boarded Jed's ship, and they were off. Over the course of the trip, well, I'm not really sure what happened. I sort of blacked out for a little while, or maybe I just tried to forget because of PTSD. But nonetheless, a plan was haphazardly concocted to swindle Jed or throw him into the Astral Sea. During this planning session, V and Basil began to search Jed's belongings to increase their wealth, which was somewhat sort of the plan. Finding a locked box, they asked the assistance of Grimoire to open it. But alas, the young rogue did not inspect the box thoroughly enough, only to be paralyzed by some form of security. Instead of hiding the small paralyzed Babbitt, Basil thought it would be a good idea to conjure a raft from his mind and shove Grimoire out of a porthole. Unfortunately, Basil pushed a bit too hard, sending both the raft and Grimoire floating off into the void of the Astral Sea, moments prior to Jed coming in to collect V and Basil before docking into the outpost. And so, our story continues. Before we begin, Basil, roll a d20 for me, please.
Oh no, it's already starting.
This is not the save. This is just a straight d20 roll for me.
Oh, just a straight D20?
Just
Okay,
a straight
I'll
D-trained, yep.
All right, here we go.
That is a 6.
I'm dead.
Bye, Bobby.
Yeah, thanks for coming, Bob. I mean, really, really appreciate you coming out today.
Okay.
Rowdy. Grounded.
Thanks, Rowdy. With his arms around both of you, hoisting Basil carefully due to his quote-unquote hurt leg, Jed continues to walk you both outside of the cabin proper. Y'all gonna love this outpost, let me tell you what. It's got everything you could possibly ever want. It's like an amusement park for your mind.
What is amusement park?
Oksana, you are not there yet.
No.
It was just a random thought she had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Suddenly, an amusement park appears out of nowhere.
Beautiful scene off in the far distance, Astral Sea. What is amusement park?
She's just pondering.
Can we have a book started, The Philosophies of Oksana? What
Yes.
is amusement park?
No, someone please keep a list of this, and then next year, if we, after we do this series, we'll do like one of those quote a day calendars, like like all the things. everything Oksana says, like, every day.
I love it. Oh god,
I'm here for it.
us.
CC Platinum's first Kickstarter. I can see it coming.
There you
So,
go. All right. Yes, no, it is quite picturesque in its own very. What does it look like? I mean, it's just an outpost. Is it just like a?
as he walks you out of the cabin proper, you get a full view at this point in time of the outpost. It is very mixed industrial. It seems that the outpost has been cobbled together, if you will, filled with parts of old ships, strange equipment, bits and pieces that have been scavenged throughout the Astral Sea in order to make these makeshift structures you see all around. There doesn't seem to be anything grand, per se. Mostly are one-level or one-story buildings, some seemingly homes, others potentially shops or other kind of commercial-like properties.
So, am I to understand correctly in my brain that when we're looking out one way, there's where we docked, and if we look backwards, that's where we know that we shot Grimoire out a window?
Yes, so
Gently pushed out of a window.
Okay.
viciously shoved out the window.
There's some shoving.
So to
Why has
your
it gone from like you've used too much juice to I fired him like out of a porthole cannon?
well, welcome to Careful Cantrip, bud. We over exaggerate everything here.
Oh, take that, tiny
So-
helpless thing.
So on the starboard side, it's you can see the outpost as it lies out in front of you. To the other side, just the void of the Astral Sea. What you would know as, dag, what the hell did we call it last time? The bath? What's the back of
aft?
it? Yeah, the aft. The aft is where Grimoire's going that way, behind you. Behind
Okay.
the back
And
of
by
the
the way,
ship.
we don't call it that. Everyone calls it that.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'll have to check with
V
everybody
will
then.
V will sort of do she'll do like a little skip out in front, and like do a turn so that she can be facing where she thinks Grimoire might be, and she'll sort of say something to be distracting. She'll say, "It is so lovely out here. It's amazing. Everything is beautiful." While she's saying that, she wants to see if she can see Grimoire floating.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
Okay.
He's already gone.
Oh my god, no.
Good work,
You guys are
James.
so
It's
dead.
a 7. That's a 7.
A 7. As you spin around trying to lure the attention of all of your new companions, you try and get a glimpse from behind, but the cabin just seems too large to see such a small raft with such a small creature on it.
All right, I'm going to try and distract Jed, and I sort of look over at V, and I'm going to kind of have like this kind of very calm look, and then as soon as like my face is away from him, I'm gonna be he's out the window, and I'm gonna try and say, now Jed, you've mentioned before that you had a proposal involving an extended period of time. Perhaps we could discuss that before we disembark.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to. So here's what I'm thinking.
I'll sort of move him off to the side to converse.
Absolutely. He without hesitation follows you along, now knowing you as the money guy. So here's what I'm thinking, Basil. Right? You guys are looking for a way out of the Astral Seas. Now, as I said last time, I don't know directly how to do that. But I have friends who'll probably be able to help you out. And I got lots of friends everywhere. We talked about Gary. You know, well, you met not Gary, but you didn't meet Gary, but you love Gary.
As soon as Basil takes him to the side, V would just sort of try and take her leave to sort of the edge of the boat, back sort of away from everybody to see if she can get a better look or like hang her head over the boat to see what's going on.
So just to remind you from last session, the cabin that particularly looks like a strange wooden snail almost takes up the back end of the boat. So there's no rail per se at the back. There's just the cabin that resides there.
So I can't look over the edge of the boat?
You can peer over the side of the boat, but you can't make your way to the back of the boat. The back of the boat is the cabin.
Okay, I will try and look over the side first, and if I don't see anything, then I will go back to the cabin.
Okay. As you peer over the sides, go ahead and make another perception check for me.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Bobby. I'm trying so hard.
Let it go, V.
That's better.
He's
That's better. It's a 16.
16. As you peer over the edge, you do see a small speck almost drifting lazily out into sea. Based on your best
So far
assumptions,
gone.
it's roughly he's already 60 yards away from you.
Okay. So taking inspiration from Basil earlier, V remembered that portal thingy that he made where someone else got killed. But she's going to try to sort of make a portal appear by thinking it with her mind. Make a portal appear like right behind where Grimoire is like gently floating into, and then a portal next to her. And in her mind, connect the two.
Okay. Give me just a straight intelligence check. So D20
This is
plus your
not
intelligence modifier.
I should not be the one doing this.
Nope.
That is a 12.
12.
Mm-hmm.
As you focus with all of your might trying to conjure the image of this portal, the idea doesn't sit well in your mind. You can't really work out the specifics of it. A bit of a window starts to open up, but continues to flash almost in and out of existence. You do catch a glimpse of your small companion, Grimoire, now properly covered and wrapped in the sheet that Basil had put him in. Would you like to
Yes.
attempt to reach your hand through?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Don't lose that hand.
Actually, no. I would like to. How close is like? Can I see his hand on my side or no?
You can see the image of the body laying on the raft proper. From what
I'm
you can
wrapped in
see,
a burrito.
yeah,
Oh,
he's
okay,
wrapped in a
yeah.
blanket, but it
Okay,
does
yeah,
kind
then-
of flicker in and out of existence.
Okay, I will try and grab him.
Okay, go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Basil!
We should really be switched roles here.
No, this is a 14. This is a 14.
A 14. You try and find the right moment to thrust your hand through. You wait for it, and continually it flickers. Are you sure you want to do this?
That's terrifying. Oh no! Where's my hands? Okay.
The portal is going to go.
Fuck, it's flickering. Can V use her rope to fucking like tie it and lasso it through?
You can certainly try.
Okay. All right. V will take out her silk rope.
You have also been, this idea pops into your mind of utilizing the rope. You suddenly feel this wave of confidence wash over you. You, my friend, have been inspired.
Whoever did that, I love you.
You has been inspired. Good job, Cross.
Ooh, I rolled really well this time. I'll roll again. I'll use the inspiration. That would be an 18.
What are you rolling? I didn't tell you to
A
roll
D20?
anything.
Oh, that makes me so sad. I thought I was rolling. You said you could certainly try. I thought I was rolling for the rope.
Oh, you're rolling for the... Okay, so
Yeah.
first and foremost, I need you to make a survival check in order to see if you know how to tie the rope.
Okay.
Actually,
so
knowing
should
your
we-
background, you'd be able to tie the rope, no problem. So what did you get on your second... What was the total of your roll?
18.
18. As you wait for the right moments, Now pulling the rope up over your head, swinging it around with the perfect loop on it. You suddenly let go just in the right at the right timing. Just as the rope begins to go through, Basil, go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw for me.
Fuck you. Keep it open.
Wait. Hold up.
Okay.
I remember someone made a deal with me last week.
I did.
That if I could come up with a 4-bar rep, I didn't have to do this because I could just auto succeed.
That was absolutely 100% something that we agreed to.
Is this one of these checks, or is this moment of? Well, I have a conversation with Jed.
Okay.
That is done in 4 bars.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw this out, but I'm not gonna rap because I can't sing. So
you can just rhyme it.
So
just poetry.
I'm gonna rhyme it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Jed, you're the captain of all that you survey. You say that if we follow you, we won't be cast away, and if we stay with you, we might find what we we might find what we're looking for if we extend our stay. But the cost of your valet is slightly more than we can pay. So sailing with this ship would be better, dare I say, than, well, I don't know, some dingy little raft that's crashed upon the waves. I have a counter proposal for you, though, if I may, of a fair amount of what we count while set upon our way.
I don't even know what you said, but it was beautiful.
All I'm thinking is raft.
As V lets go of the rope.
No, I hold on to my end.
Well, you're throwing the other end of the rope in, right?
Yeah.
Chucks the rope through the portal.
Absolutely.
Good luck, Grimo!
Good luck!
V, you sit and wait, timing it perfectly. There seems to be some kind of method or consistency around when the portal opens and it closes. You take a large breath in, and you release the other end of the rope. What's everybody else doing right now?
Oh.
Paralyzed on a raft.
Yeah, okay.
Did V go back in the cabin, or is she sitting there on the docks with everybody else doing all this?
She's on the actual ship. No one's actually gotten off the ship at this point.
Well, no, but if we're on the ship, out there in the...
Oh, you're watching all of this happen.
Okay. It's like, what the... Okay. Just wanted to make sure we're seeing this.
Yeah, you're seeing a portal kind of come in and out of existence. From your side, you can't see what actually is on the other end of this strange window that keeps appearing back and forth. Your mind kind of wonders briefly, just curiously, what it is she's doing, trying to focus while you hear Basil seemingly rhyming to Jed off in the distance.
So just to confirm, Oksana did not see Grimoire pushed out of the window.
She did not. She did not.
I would imagine then she's in her brain trying to remember back to what the plan is and focus on not killing the guy yet.
Okay.
Excellent.
So she looks like she's thinking and she's trying to remember.
Okay. Don't hurt yourself, Oksana. Tristan and Sicarius, what are you guys doing?
I'm just gonna elbow Tristan and just point over to V like, do you know what she's doing over there?
I have no idea. This is weirder and weirder. I didn't understand it before, but now I'm completely at a loss. I'm just wondering if I should try to make one of those happen. See if I can grab her hand with the portal of my own.
Try it. Maybe she needs the assistance.
God, they're gonna get in the way.
Why? Why? Is this payback? Are you trying to kill other people's characters now?
I love it.
I will try to conjure a portal in front of me, and one which is right by the hand of V.
Okay. As you kind of focus your mind, even though it's spinning at this point in time from the curiosities that have continually bombarded you over the last, well, about an hour's time, maybe 2. Go ahead and make an intelligence check for me. So just a D20 with your intelligence modifier.
That's a 15.
15. You watch as a small window opens up directly in front of you. You can also see on the other side, just by V's hand, another portal opens up as well, now continually flashing, very similar to hers. Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Oh, God.
What happens when you don't remember that bag of holding and a bag of holding being too close together was a bad idea?
I thought it was
That's a
a great
19.
idea. A 19. From what you're seeing, the position of where the portal is, you can now see directly into her portal as well. You see this strange, what looks like a wrapped body floating away on a raft, almost like a funeral rite that you remember from many, many years ago.
Oh God, get away from him, you weirdo!
I mean, Viking funeral. I'm sure it'd work on vampires too.
Yeah.
Sicarius, there's a dead body floating in the Astral Sea.
Take it. Can I see through his portal too?
As you glance into the portal,
Yeah.
it's flickering. It's very hard to see at this point, but you also see a small body wrapped, almost like it's in preparation for a funeral pyre. That's just
What are you talking
lazily
about?
drifting on into the astral sea.
What are all these holes?
Can I see the three of them
Psychotic.
gathered around this one portal?
There seems to be something floating out into the astral sea that V's trying to get.
What? I'll walk over.
As Oksana, you walk over. You now too peer. Wait, are you walking over to them or are you walking over to V?
I'm walking over to them.
Okay,
And
so
whatever they're looking
as
into,
you
yeah.
walk over to them, you kind of crouch down, obviously much larger than the rest of them, and you see immediately the tiny body wrapped up. The difference is that you see a tiny little bit of white fur that sticks out just of the hand of Grimoire.
You know.
I recognize that that's Grimoire.
You would be able to put two and two together.
Oksana will immediately freak out. She's gonna be like, "What the hell is going on? That is Grimoire. Where is he?
Who?
Grimoire,
The little guy.
my little man."
I'm
What
not
is
breaking
going
my
on?
focus.
Should we try to
So
catch
do
him?
they just start? Did the three of them just start a commotion like while I'm talking to this guy?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Oksana is now
All right.
like just screaming out loud at this point in time. Even Jed's kind of looking over like, what in the hell's going on over there?
My friend is outside the ship. Well, I think. Where is he? What is this hole?
I don't think she would be able
All
to
right.
figure out what it is.
And I point, look! And I point over V.
Just as you say this,
basically what we have is me and Jed, V trying to grab Grimoire,
Mhm.
and three people in the middle of these pointing and yelling.
yes.
Okay.
Just
I sit there
as
and I'm like, oh, sorry, go on.
just as you say this, Sicarius, you watch as V lets loose a rope that begins to sail directly into the portal. Okay. As it does, you see as it wraps slightly around the raft. V, you begin to pull it in, now realizing that the porthole that you've created is not large enough for the entire raft. As it does, it flickers once again, severing the rope. Go ahead and make an intelligence saving throw for me, V. Actually, V, Sicarius, or no, sorry, Tristan, go ahead and both of you make an intelligence saving throw for me. Also, Basil, if you could roll another d20 for me, please.
Not 20, bitches!
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah!
That's a 12 for me.
12. Okay.
Is this an intelligence?
Nope.
check?
This is just a straight roll.
All right, 16.
16.
What is Jed doing, by the way, as they're yelling?
At this point, Jed has now become just as confused as you are, and says, "Hold on, Basil. There's something happening over there. I think we should go check this out."
I agree. As we go to turn, is there like a window on my side to the cabin?
There doesn't seem to be any windows per se on the cabin that's facing out onto the dock or onto the ship's bow directly. You did leave
on the
the
side to where they are.
Well, you're not.
If it's going backwards towards the big shell, is there and they're on, like, let's presume the port side,
Right.
Doing stuff. On the starboard side, is there like a window or something to like view outside that I can see from the deck of the ship where I am?
You would make a perception check at disadvantage, because you basically have to peer through the set of double doors in order to see into the porthole.
Oh, so I can see into the cabin?
Yes, you can see into the cabin,
that's
but
fine,
just to
that's
see
fine. Okay.
outside of the window, it would be very difficult.
Okay, so here's my thought. I'm going to, while everyone's looking directly at the portals, I'm going to take out my orb that I have. I have just a glass orb,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna huck it and into the cabin. At the same time, I'm gonna use my Fable images and create a illusion of Grimoire climbing out of a window.
Okay.
And I want to do it so that everyone, V's deeper in, but everyone but V can sort of see something going on there.
Okay. What is your spell DC?
My spell DC is 13.
13. Okay. As Jed and you start making your way, kind of noticing of the commotion, he looks over and sees the illusion standing within the cabin, and he begins to yell out, "Hey, little guy, don't go out there! What are you doing?" And he begins to rush into the cabin, trying to stop him. As he just passes V and the rest of the group, V, you tug back harshly on the rope, as the raft seems to tip over up to its side as it rushes towards the portal. As it does this, the small body, paralyzed body of Grimoire seemingly makes its way through the portal, landing directly in front of you as you topple over. As it does, a small hole of the wooden raft penetrates through and follows through as well, but vanishes upon entering into your space.
Can I see that?
Yes, you three have been staring through this tiny window into the astral sea the entire time.
I'm gonna rush over.
Okay,
I
Oksana.
will ask. I just want to see, is like Grimoire still stiff, or is he like can I tell if he's still paralyzed?
He doesn't seem to be. He's landed in your arms as you've fallen over with him there. He doesn't seem to be moving at this point. However, the draped over sheet that Basil had put on seems to fall off. And Oksana, as you rush over, you see what looks like the lifeless, non-moving body of Grimoire in these hands.
Oksana, no, he's fine. He's
Immediately,
fine.
She's raging right away because you look like you killed him.
I'm holding. Still holding.
What have you done? What is this dark magic? And she's gonna
Oksana!
pick him up and shove you
No,
out of the way as hard as she can, and yell, "No, little
You see Basil at this point, Basil has somewhat lost control. He's going to. You watch as Basil. You watch as Basil takes off his glasses, and he simply says, "By the way, what rating is this show?"
We're
It's
triple
mature.
X. Yeah, we're
It's
triple
fine.
X.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
good,
fine.
excellent.
Yeah. We're
As he
actually
does
switching
so-
over to OnlyFans soon, just because it's too much.
As he takes off his glasses, he looks over at the group and says, "Get Oksana and Grimoire off the ship now. Unless we all wish to die at the hands of angry fucking pirates." He's saying this specifically more to like out of frustration, not at like anger at anyone in particular.
Mhm.
But as he takes off his glasses, he puts them in his coat pocket, and he walks in following Jeb.
Okay. First, make an
and-
intimidation check for me.
Okay. Can I use my fairiness for inspiration? Because I've got a thing called Fairy Presence, which basically creates this like aura of like kind of what do you call it? Like supernaturalness to him. I can only use it once per short rest.
Yes, you can.
All right, that is a 24 on his intimidate.
24. Okay.
Holy shit.
Tristan and Sicarius just kind of sitting there watching whatever the hell this is. You now watch as Oksana rushes over to V, pushing her out of the way, almost throwing her off the side of the boat from her strength. She's sitting there sobbing with the Grimoire in hand at this point in time. As Basil takes off his glasses, you see this strange aura of darkness almost appear all around him. His eyes go a little bit darker than they were before as he demands for you to follow his instructions.
Oksana is also screaming
I
in
love
the
how you decided to
background.
word that.
Like, what have you done? Murderers! She's yelling, sobbing. And she's trying to wake him up. Little man! Wake up!
Oksana, listen. He's fine. He's alive. I saved him.
You
I did not-
lied! I backhand her.
All right, go ahead and make an...
Try and dodge it. I'm gonna definitely try and dodge
You
that.
can try, but go ahead and make an attack for me.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I won't
She's
use
not
I
sorry.
won't use a weapon.
I know you're
Okay.
not.
Just backhand you with my
Doesn't
axe.
matter.
So go
That's
ahead.
gonna be 13 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
Okay. So with her nimble dancing skills, V is able to easily dodge out of the way. Your eyes filled with tears at this point, Oksana.
Oksana, listen to me. He's all right. He's just frozen.
What do you mean frozen? He is dead!
Like this. And just stand really still. Like this. In a few minutes or an hour, I'm not too sure. He'll be fine after. We need to get him off the ship, though. You just watched me save him. Not hurt him.
No, I don't know if I would believe you.
Tristan and Sicarius, what are you guys doing?
I wonder if this is going to affect our chances to get out of here.
Yeah, I think we should leave the ship before it's too late.
But I am curious. If she saw Basil floating out there, why not just ask to turn the boat around to go get him?
Listen, I think I'm going to stop to try to understand what they're doing. I'm just going to accept it as it is. We have a dead companion, a weird guy telling us what to do, two guys that hit each other. I don't know. It's too much for me. I need alcohol. Is there a tavern? Is there a tavern somewhere here?
I don't know, but I'll definitely join you. We need a drink after this.
Okay, so as this is all happening, Sicarius and Tristan leisurely walk off the ship onto the docks. Fantastic. Jesus Christ.
Can I with Grimoire in one hand and my free hand, I want to pick her up by the throat. If she's saying that she was saving him, and that she's trying to help, I'm gonna be like, you save him right now. And I want to like get in her face and scream it at her.
Okay, go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Just to clarify, is anyone afraid of Basil at this point?
I'm trying to leave.
I would be if I wasn't paralyzed.
I mean, it's just
They were a little
it's just
intimidated
like
by
two guys
you.
are like, yeah, whatever, too hard, and then
It's a
then
24,
Oksana's like,
guys. Come on.
It's a 20,
I'm like-
it's a 24. It's a 24.
A 24?
Listen,
Oh yeah, you can
come out.
easily lift her up into the sky. Tristan and Sicarius were definitely intimidated by you, Basil, but it seems that they are both just dumbfounded at this point, and unfortunately, dumb trumps scared most of the time, from what I've seen from TikTok.
Fair. All right.
So, Oksana, you are now holding V up by the neck.
Yeah.
V, go ahead and you can make a dex or a strength save to try and break the grapple. As this is all happening, Basil, you continue to walk into the cabin proper. What are you making the illusion do at this point?
All right, so basically, I'm making the illusion appear as though Grimoire is like because it's not a physical thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna make it look as though Grimoire is trying to climb out the window.
Okay.
And I immediately move over and start to try and assist pulling him back into the boat. And try to convince Jed to give me a hand. But I'm not actually pulling on the illusion. I'm just kind of pretending like I am, so that Jed can grab onto me and kind of like try to pull back. But I'm like pushing forward just to kind of keep him occupied. And every time I hear Oksana or one of the others like yelling, I'll like try and kick something over, or you know what I mean, like almost like I've slipped or lost my footing.
Sure.
Trying not to panic Jed overly.
Okay. As the commotion happens, you kind of step in the way of Jed a little bit, trying to steal his attention away. He diverts his attention away from the illusionary Grimoire and looks over at you and is like, "The hell, man!"
We have to help. Oh, geez, wrong accent. Hold on. Yes, no, we yes, no, I am Oksana now. Listen, we have to help. Your friend is dead. No. Goddamn. No. She says, yes, no, I've heard of these situations. Tiny mammalian creatures have a tendency to expand exponentially. If we don't help him quickly, he'll cut himself in half. He'll blow up like a balloon.
He's gonna
Quick,
cut
grab my
himself in
hip.
half? I never heard of this
Yes,
before. What
No,
do we do?
Right. If we can get him out in time, we should be able to save him.
Get him out of where?
The porthole.
Oh yeah, we can go help him do that. And he begins to walk
quick,
over
quick,
to the
grab on.
porthole. Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll start to pull on. I'm basically just distracting him at this point.
Mhm.
And I'm just like, of all the indignant, it's like I've got a grown man's hands on my hips while I'm trying to pull a fake bat out of a window. This is not the tale I want to tell.
As he grabbles around your waist, you suddenly realize joining Careful Cantrip was probably a mistake. He continues to pull on your waist side, and as he does, he's like, "Are you getting it?"
Hey, yes, no, he's just quite jammed in there.
Oh,
just keep.
little bunny thing. I know. I'm pulling.
Okay, just a little. Okay, hold on. Maybe I
Hey,
just need to change my
while
stance a little bit.
While we're doing this is a true form of team and friendship, Basil. Think about it.
Oh my God.
We could sail the seas together for a little while. Be great. And I'll do it at a low price for you too. I'm sorry. I'll keep focusing.
What's your lowest price?
Lowest price. And he lets go of you for a minute as he does, and he starts scratching his head. Well, I mean, it really depends on where we're going now, doesn't it? As you continue to fake pull at this illusion, he just kind of stops for a minute and is now somehow completely distracted in negotiation mode.
Yeah, I'd imagine I hear Oksana about to you're yelling, and I just Jed, quick! You need to.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. And he grabs onto your waist again and keeps pulling. How long do you want to keep this up for?
Well, it depends on the others.
Okay.
Uh,
Going back to the actual ship deck itself, Oksana now holding V up in the air. V, you start to lose breath very quickly.
I didn't want to be like holding her up, like choking her. I
Well,
just
she
want
rolled
her,
a
like,
natural one,
pinned.
so yes,
Yeah.
she is very.
Never
Well,
mind.
I thought you said
Fair.
Oh, yeah,
holding it
that-
up into the thing.
No, I just meant to like hold her up against the wall, like restrain her.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Then she is properly
Okay.
confined by your movements. V, you can just barely breathe at this point as you're kind of holding on to Oksana's bulky, large hand. You can barely make out any words at this point.
She'll just say, I can't do much like this.
I'll just say, you will save him, and then you will tell me who did this. You understand? And I'll wait for her to like nod.
She'll nod.
I let go.
She will just start coughing. She'll say, listen, there are two things that we need to do right away. First, Basil was weird. We need to get off the ship. All right? First, we save your friend by getting him off the ship. Second thing to save him is time. Okay? Grab him, unless you want me to carry him. Let's go. I promise. Follow me.
You
And
say
you-
time will save him?
Yes,
You a promise?
I promise.
Make a deception check.
What?
Is it a
I'm
sign?
dead.
You
baby.
don't know. You don't know how this works.
I'm assuming he's... I could tell he was paralyzed, though.
Yeah, but you don't
I
know if time is going to save him.
You know it will wear off.
Yeah, do you know?
Why
do you
wouldn't
know?
I know it would wear off?
Well, luckily.
Well,
I'm
I mean,
really
theoretically,
stupid,
doesn't
so
time
I
heal
can't.
all wounds?
Jesus Christ. Don't you all right now.
Yeah, so-
Okay. I
So does
didn't...
that.
Okay. So I wouldn't know that it would eventually wear off.
You're
Okay,
assuming
she would
that
lie.
you were assuming
lie
that
then.
that's going to happen.
Okay. Yeah, okay, she would lie. That's a nat one.
Okay. Oksana, you are still in such a state of commotion at this point in time that you don't believe her.
I do not believe you. And I'll like my hand to hit her again.
We have two options, Oksana. We stand here and he's dead, or we take him and go and we bring him back. Those are the only two options.
You can bring him back.
I will try.
You will do this, or I will kill you. And
Fine.
whoever did this to him.
All right. Deal.
All right, I guess I'm following her off the ship.
Okay. As
What the hell's happening with Basil? Am I afraid of Basil?
no, the two of you were like
Okay,
thoroughly in the mix of things at that
Okay.
point in time. Yeah.
I
Okay.
mean, Basil said leave, so we left.
Yeah, we left.
Yep.
Bye.
Yeah, Tristan Sicarius, you're already walking along a very rickety, kind of sheet metal looking dock at this point. You get closer to the end, and as you do, you can see a number of other ships that are also ported directly against these makeshift docks per se. As you come to the very end, you feel a little bit of a rumble, and as you turn back, you can see Oksana and V now hurrying off the ship as well. Basil, I mean, you're facing a porthole which is next to a wall. As you kind of look around, actually go ahead and make a perception check for me.
That is a 9.
A 9. While you turn back and you can't necessarily see your companions because of the doorway, you do notice that the rumbles and noise have started to die down a little bit.
I will dispel the illusion and pretend like he's fallen out of the porthole.
Okay.
And I'll say, oh no! I'll sort of fall backwards onto Jed, and ask, is he okay?
I don't know. What, you just let go of him? We gotta
no,
go
he
save
slipped
the
out of
little
my
guy.
hands.
What are you
Oh,
doing?
Curse my sweaty palms.
Curse your sweaty palms. We gotta go save him.
Oh, good. How do we save him?
Well, we gotta turn the ship around for one. Hold on. I think I might have something for this. As he begins to rummage through one of the chests in there, he pulls out what looks like a round flotation device. He looks around. I don't have any rope. Do you have any rope? Oh, wait, I got rope. Hold on, man, I got rope. And he rushes out onto the ship deck and begins to pull at some of the ropes as he begins to quickly tie up the small flotation device. He rushes back into the cabin. I don't know. Will you stay here for a minute?
At this point, here's what I want to hope that happens. As he runs out, I'm going to try and put the orb that I've got kind of in the doorway where he just ran.
Okay. And what are you doing
in hopes
with
that he might slip on it?
Okay.
Jesus Christ. What the
He isn't really paying that much attention at this point, so he what is his dex? +2, so that's a 16. So he actually is able to maneuver past the orb as he rushes back in, and yells out, "We gotta go save him right now, Basil."
Yes, no, absolutely. Lead the way.
All right. Here, you take this, and he hands you the flotation device with the rope attached to it.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
All right. I don't know where your friends went. They just kind of disappeared, but we gotta turn this ship around right now.
All right. Let's do that.
All right, and as the rest of you kind of look back, you now see the ship leaving the docks as it begins to sail once again out into the astral sea.
All right, then Basil has his own spin-off, and I'll see you guys later.
Oksana will say, "Where is the boat going?"
Okay, so as that happens, I'm going to. This is what I want to do. I mean, whether or not it happens is an entirely different thing. I want to create a simulacra of me on the front, sort of pointing in directions towards the helm.
Okay.
But I want to have gotten off as it was sailing.
Interesting. Okay. So. Okay. As the commotion is happening all around, Jed is just thoroughly looking out onto the port side. He begins to swing the boat around, and as he does, you begin to make your way to the dock. It's slowly starting to pull away from the ship. Go ahead and make a dex saving throw for me to try and leap to the docks.
That is a natural 20 with a 22.
Natural 20, absolutely. As you easily jump off the ship, you kind of look back as the illusionary figure continues to point off into directions. You can hear Jed yelling as he begins to sail away. "Where to now, Basil? Basil? How come you're not saying anything, Basil? Basil?"
And as he keeps pointing, I'm like, Jed had to leave.
Are you saying this to us?
Yeah.
As you make your way down the docks, meeting your newest companions, now standing at the end of the docks, you look upon the outpost in front of you.
Strong word at this point.
Yeah, it's very loose at this point.
All right.
Basil, what happened? Why is Jed flying away?
He'll return. Let's just say he's distracted for the time being while we attend to what we've incidentally shall now term as the incident.
That's a fantastic way of phrasing that.
We don't have time to talk about your incident. Gramir, he is dead.
No.
What? Who told you he's dead? Did you
She
tell him
did.
she's dead?
No, she's just thinks he's dead. Yes. She's told me if we don't fix him, she's going to murder me, so there's that.
Ah, yes, of course. Big muscles and all that. Oh no, I can assure you, my dear, that your friend is not dead. He simply fell for a rather insipid trap aboard Jed's vessel and now finds himself in a paralytic state.
What
do I know much about
what is paralytic state?
Frozen. Remember?
Yes, and I do the same thing. I'm like, frozen. Yes.
Who did this to him?
Oh,
That could be himself.
yes, very much
He
so.
did this to himself. Grimoire would never do this.
He was assisting us, and
Yes, and he opened this box which turned him into a, well, let's say, I can prove that he's alive though. Do you have may I? Do you have something pointy, like not a sword, just like a small, like a needle, thread, something?
I will really quickly and like intimidatingly pull like a hairpin out of my hair. Like I'm gonna kill him with it. But I won't.
You watch as he takes the. Oh! Is she using intimidation?
No, that's just how she is.
Oh, damn it. All right, fine. Damn it. Okay, I take
sorry.
the. You actually can probably see, like, this is probably something is Basil is either too dumb or too nice to notice, and he goes up and grabs the thing. He walks over and takes Grimoire's finger, and he just very gently pricks the tip of his finger, and shows that it's bleeding. Well, I presume it bleeds.
Okay.
It bleeds, 'cause
He
otherwise
just
I'm in a lot
stabbed
of
your
trouble.
friend.
Sicarius' stab is a bit exaggerated. He pricked him.
Come on.
Sicarius.
But
You will
but I'd
stop
say,
this
see,
now.
See, if he was dead, the blood would not flow. His heart would have stopped. Blood wouldn't be pushing it out of his body, and it wouldn't be bleeding.
She looks like she's thinking really hard. Follow along with the conversation. I will confirm what you say with him when he wakes up.
Good, excellent. Well, now that we're past the point where we believe our friend is dead, where did the other two get off to?
I thought they were right here. Are they
Right
not here?
Oh, you're right there. Huh? Oh,
Yeah.
hello. You kind of blend in.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yes.
So, I think we need to talk, and I want to cut to a scene in the pub where Basil's like come clean on like everything. It's like, and that's exactly what's happened. I don't want to have to recap the last 2 episodes.
Sure.
Okay.
But it will go back from, like, I don't want to necessarily conceal it from them. I wanted to conceal it from them while Jed was around. Now Jed isn't around. I have no reason to hide this from them. So basically, from the beginning of, like, when he offered us that much money, I knew that we didn't have that much. So I lied to him, and I created an illusion. It is my speciality. I create stories and tales and fabrications and make them real. I thought it'd be a good idea to get him out of the way, but I didn't want to alert him to our potential. It's not called a mutiny because we didn't work for him, but
Damn.
you know that. I then had the idea, then since he lowered the price, of taking some of his gold, which V helped me with, and Grimoire helped me with. However, Grimoire, I do apologize. We did lie to you. We did tell him that we were going to be putting gold in instead of taking gold out. I just felt bad because he's really cute. He's very adorable, and I could not look into those eyes and tell him that I was about to steal from the person who was giving us a ride. And so then the paralysis set in, and Jed was coming in. And I had to think quickly, so I put him on the raft for safety, so that Jed didn't find out, because we don't know Jed. Jed could kill us, could feed us to not Gary. You know, there's a whole bunch of things that could have happened, and eventually, well, you know the rest of the stuff that happened, portals, things, yes, and now Jed's sailing away, and this round's on me.
Basil, as you retort this entire the experience, we're going to say that for the most part you're walking at this point before we leap directly into the tavern. The truth finally coming out makes you feel a little bit more at ease, to the point of where you've been inspired. I need you to use that inspiration to go ahead and roll a persuasion check for me.
Hell yeah. Persuasion check. All right, that is a 12.
With inspiration?
Oh, with inspiration? Let's do that again. That is a 17. With
17 with inspiration. As Oksana, as Basil begins to explain to you kind of the circumstances, it's not very easy to understand. He talks very quickly. However, you can tell just by your insights that he is telling the truth.
This is very long and confusing story that would be difficult to invent. I am sorry for choke slamming you. I'll look at V.
We'll call it even. How about that?
Yes.
So why not just come to us on the boat about this instead of making up some grand story that obviously almost blew up in our face?
Well, I'm not going to lie. Without knowing exactly what Jed is capable of, any wind of not having money on board the ship might have seen us thrown into the Astral Sea. And, with no ill meaning intended to it, Oksana didn't strike me as the most quietest of people to react to such circumstances.
I can be very quiet. I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. We also just met. I mean,
yes.
Who's
Great
to say
first
that?
impression.
Well, I mean, we got
Listen, Sicarius, I don't typically work in groups. We were blown up to another plane of existence, and this is what we have to work with. I'm not saying that I 100% trust you. Do you 100% trust me?
Absolutely not.
Well, then we are on the same page. Now you can understand and
But
empathize.
I haven't done anything to add on to that. Have I?
Doesn't matter.
Well,
You asked for a reason. That's the reason.
I'm not going to get stuck in this plane because you screwed something up.
Well, I mean, the alternative
actually-
was get eaten by not Gary.
Right, we solved your problem technically. Technically, Basil saved us all because none of us had the fare to pay for all of us. So,
I'm just gonna sigh and look at Grimoire.
Is he still paralyzed?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I be carrying the paralyzed Grimoire? I mean, I know that Oksana probably wants to, but Basil does feel guilty, and will sort of start, like as everyone's arguing as well. He's like, every now and then he says, people may say what they want, but I kind of trust you. Though you can't respond to me, and likely my trust in you has forever been sullied by the fact that I tried to steal something. But I think that you are a kind and sweet little thing. I can see why Oksana likes you.
As you continue to whisper
you're very easy to talk to. Carrying the paralyzed Grimoire.
You continue to carry the small, wrapped up, paralyzed Babbitts with you. As you can
just canon, by the way, that we just call it a Babbit.
I
We needed a placeholder, so it works. But yeah,
that's fine. That's fine.
Very well.
As you continue onward into the outposts, strangely enough, not a lot of people pay you much mind at all. It seems like most of these people have seen their fair share of oddities while living within the astral plane. As you continue to walk down, you see a number of small shops all along the main roadway. And most of them are either for what looks like either parts from ships for repairs and whatnot, and other stores having strange equipment that none of you have ever seen before. You do take note of one particular store that has a small sign hanging from it called Godly Bits that has what look like little trinkets and jewelry all laid out in front of it. It's a small stall. And then just across the street from it, you see probably the largest building within the entire outpost that has a much larger, more grand sign that has a small flagon on the side of it that reads the flight, the fancy of flight, or sorry, flight of fancy.
Well, since we banished Jed, who was our contact, first of all, does anyone know anything about paralytic stuff? Sicarius, you seem sort of healy. Do you know anything?
Literally anyone can make a medicine check for me at this point. No one has stopped to be like, hey, let's check him out.
15.
15. As you kind of lay Grimoire down off to the side a little bit, looking at the small rabbit bat-like creature, you do
I shall
take...
call you Babbit.
Yeah, you're Babbit. As you continue to kind of look him over, you can tell that perhaps maybe just a drink, splash of water, might help him kind of revigorate himself.
For real? I'm going to take out my canteen of water. I'm just going to spritz him in the face a little.
Okay. As you splash it in Grimoire's face, Grimoire suddenly animates again as he is able to get up, his eyes wide, as his goggles have been pushed up above his forehead. Grimoire, what would you like to say over the last, 20 minutes of your life?
Oh, jeez. What the fuck just happened?
Little man! She'll pick him up and give him like a big hug. I was so worried. I thought I had lost you.
What are you?
I almost killed
what are
all
you
these nice
talking
people.
What are you talking about, Oksana? I mean,
I
I'm a
thought you
little
were
worse
dead.
for wear. I kind of feel like Aunt Maggie's hip, if I'm being honest.
That was a good one. Good joke. Very funny.
Are we doing it now?
No, Grimoire, we're not murdering Jed anymore. That's not happening.
Oh, that's good to hear. I didn't really want to do it in the first place.
So we have no boat, no Jed, and we are still stuck on this plane.
Hey, but we got each other. Am I right? I like
We
you
do.
guys. By the way, did we get the money into his little chest for him, or?
Well, we got the money.
Yes, we did get the money.
Thank
That
you
was
for
a weird way
helping
to
us.
say that, but that's
Yes. Thank you for helping us. You were so brave, especially with everything that happened, and you were out in the astral plane. So you're very brave.
Jeez. If I weren't so sure that you were this nice, I would think that you wanted something from me. Well, what are we gonna do now?
Gonna have to find somebody else that can probably help us. How? Don't know, but I guess we're just gonna have to ask around.
Okay.
Yes, perhaps the local watering hole might be a good place, or mayhaps there's some sort of authoritative figure that might know a guild or place where people convene to offer services for trading and shipping and the like.
A watering hole? Like for animals?
Taste to get some drinks.
Yeah, it's both correct, in a way, really.
I don't think we will find such a place here. I'll look around for like a wild watering
Yeah,
hole.
a hole of water on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough,
Several cats
you
around a
don't you don't see a hole filled with water.
I told you.
Yes.
Right? So are we?
I think he means a tavern, just so you know.
Oh, I see.
Where we go to get beer sometimes. Well, you drink beer, but
It is a strange name for a tavern, but this is fine. Okay, well, what are we doing?
Well, I know that following me may not have necessarily led us into the best of circumstances on the last world that we were in.
No, it didn't. And we will start walking.
V turns and begins to walk into the flight of fancy.
I'm imagining that now I've developed like this zero sense of direction as I started walking towards the dock, and then I realized there's nothing out there, and then I turned around and followed everyone.
Okay. As you all make your way through the threshold of the flight of fancy, looking around, you see very much similar decor on the inside as what you do as the outside structures of the building. Many of the tables, chairs, and the walls themselves seem to be just made up of bits and pieces of metal, of scrap from different ships. You can see that most of the tables are just large poles with very large gears that have a sheet of metal put over top of them. Looking around the tavern itself, you can see your standard bar rail. There seems to be an individual behind the bar talking to another individual in front of him. You also see a group of about 3, what the best guess would be elves. Strangely enough, they all have shaved heads with some markings on the center of their forehead, some around the sides of their cheeks. They're very well dressed in beautiful robes and garb. Their skin very much darkened with what seems to be almost a golden hue to it, depending on how the light strikes. And lastly, you see a couple that look like they are... they seem to be playing an odd game. There's something about holding tiny light spears in their hands that they hold up before letting go as it streaks towards some kind of target on the wall.
V will just make her way straight to the bar, and she will sit down and say, "Oh God, please, I just need a rum. Just any rum, I don't care. A rum, please."
Ah, welcome, my dear. Welcome to the Flight of Fancy. I am your bartender and server for today. You can call me Crim Crim.
Very nice to meet you, Crim Crim. So how about that rum? I've had a very terrible day, and I'm surrounded by idiots. I need rum.
Hey, that's very nice.
She walked ahead of you. She walked ahead of you.
I have advantage on perception.
Okay.
With hearing, I heard you.
Okay.
My ears are 3 feet long.
As V makes her way over to the bar rail, the rest of you kind of left behind, looking out towards the small crowd that seems to be within this tavern. What are the rest of you doing? Are you joining V at the bar rail, or are you going to expand outward?
Sicarius will go to the bar rail.
Okay.
I will too.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Everybody's going over to the bar rail?
Grimoire, what do you want to do?
He was just gonna look up at you to see what you were gonna do, but let's go over with him. We should probably stay together.
Are you hungry, little man? Can I get you some food?
Oh no, I'm not hungry at all. And then you hear a very loud, audible rumble come from his stomach.
Food it is. And I'll go over to the bar rail.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't have any money.
It's okay. I have a little bit.
Okay. As you all sit down and begin to chat with Crim Crim for a moment, ordering your drinks and some food, the total of it all works out to roughly about 10 copper pieces.
I will pay for that.
Okay.
Because I feel bad for almost killing Grimm.
That's really
fair.
nice of you. I don't know why you keep being so nice to me.
Crim Crim,
Yes.
if say we weren't from here and these people that I'm with wanted to go somewhere else, away, like to another plane of existence. Crazy, I know. Do you know of anyone or anything that could help us do that?
Well, I wouldn't say it's too crazy. I've seen many a planewalkers that have walked through these doors before.
Oh, fantastic news.
Where would you
Please
like
tell
to go?
Do we know the plane that we're from? Or is this like all new?
This is pretty much all new to you, unless any of you are planeswalkers.
No.
Nope.
Oh, Grimoire has floated
No.
into space. He has some experience.
Actually,
I'm more
this
of
is
a plane
question
drifter.
This is a question from Michael to Dave.
Yes.
potentially, would I know my way from the Feywild back to where we come from?
Yes, you would.
Okay, so I could say, well, if we are struggling to find a point of bearing, I do know a route back, but we'd have to get from where we are now to the Feywild, and then from the Feywild, I'd be able to potentially connect us back to where we were before.
Potentially.
What is Feywild? This is another finger?
Yes. That's actually very, very, very poetic. Yes.
I understand.
Because I missed that, because Basil wasn't part of that conversation. He's like, wow, I was not expecting you to understand the complexity of planar travel. But yes, that is precisely it. Fingers. Yes, we're currently in 2 fingers. This is another finger, and I know how this finger touches that finger. But if we can get to this finger to touch that finger, we can get across. Yeah.
We
Perfect.
need to hop fingers.
Yes.
I need another rum, please, Crim, now.
Right
I need
away.
2, please.
Just
I
leave
need
the
2,
bottle.
please.
He continues to serve a few drinks as you easily chug them back. Well, friends, I don't believe there are any necessarily experienced planewalkers that you can find here. However, there is a place that most know of. It might take you a while to get there at some point. There is a place that acts as a central hub for most of those who come and go from the astral plane. A place known as the Rock of Brawl. It is a centralized hub, if you will, for all those that are both native and non-native of this plane. I'm sure you'd be able to find someone who could help you there.
How can we get to this place?
Well, there are many ships' captain. Perhaps my friend here, and he points over to the man that he was talking to. Marcus. These individuals are looking for a ship's captain. Are you perhaps for hire today? Turning and looking towards you, a bald man, very similar to the appearance of Jed, the missing nose tip, a greenish complexion to it. You can see nasty and gnarled scars on his face, some from cuts, others what look like from burns, as he turns over to you and with a very suspicious and large smile. I'm always looking for some new jobs to take. I might be able to be of assistance. My name is Marcus. It's a pleasure to meet all of you.
Nice to meet you.
This guy kind of freaks me out a little bit.
I agree with you, little man. Would I remember his name from before? Because Jed was talking about.
It wasn't that
Marcus.
long ago. You would remember the
Yeah.
name Marcus, yeah.
I think this is the guy that Jed was talking about.
Oh, rather fortuitous. Yes, no, we are looking for passage to the Rock of Brawl. Brawl? Brial.
Brawl. Yes,
Brawl.
Brawl.
Because,
Like you've got something stuck in
Brawl.
the back of your throat is the best way to pronounce it. Brawl. Yes,
Ah.
yes.
yes.
Well, I'm sure
we
I
do
can
have coins to
assist.
pay.
Well, I come at a very low price. I would be happy to take you all for, say, 20 silver.
Well, I think
You can afford that.
Why is the price so low?
Let's just say I'm in a giving mood.
Inside check.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll an insight check for me.
That's an at one.
He is
Still a
Oh
little
my
foggy.
god.
He seems,
Still a little foggy up here.
yeah, so Grimoire, you would see him as a very trusting man, a little creepy at times, but for the most part, he seems like a great guy.
You know,
Let me ask you.
I think what it is he's more just like a tortured soul like myself. And I can respect that. I mean, he's probably just trying to help people out.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with a little charity from time to time.
I like that. I like you, actually. I'm beginning to have a change of heart.
So
Long-
what do you get out of it though, other than the 20 silver?
Oh, it's nice to have a little company from time to time, traveling these otherwise barren wastelands. And of course, I need to make my way to the Rock of Brawl anyway.
Are you friends with anyone named Gary by chance?
I'm not familiar with a Gary.
It's good. I don't like Garys very much.
And what about a crew? Do you have a contingent of people working for yourself?
I have a small crew that helps with the ship.
Of how many, if you don't mind my asking?
Well, there's just the 3 of us.
Ah, yes, 3. Okay, well, I mean, I don't see any particular issue, and I think your price is more than reasonable. I presume this will not include things such as accommodation and food and the like, because of the rather discounted cost.
Not to worry, we'll take care of everything for you.
Well, this is
He's
quite
such a nice
generous of-
guy, guys.
This is very generous.
If Grimoire likes you, I like you.
I mean, honestly, I haven't met anyone but nice people for like the past day. It's been fantastic.
I like you too,
The
little
price
one.
is right, and as long as he can get us to where we need to go, not
Well,
look a
I'd
gift
be-
horse in the mouth.
I would be happy to make the arrangements for you. Crim, do me a favor. Our new friends here. Allow them whatever food and drink that they'd like. I have a few supplies that I must go pick up, but help yourself to a table. I'll be back with you shortly.
Well, you only live once, and we will get up and go to a table and sit down and drink or eat or whatever's there.
Okay.
Definitely eating. I'm hungry.
Okay.
Grimoire, can I feed you snacks?
Yeah, I was gonna say he reaches one arm out so you can help him off off the tall bar stool.
she'll pick him up and then she'll start feeding you snacks as we walk over.
As Basil goes to sit down, you notice that he actually doesn't eat or drink anything. He just continues to write in his book. He's actually including a lot of pictures for Oksana as well about what had happened as he's taking all of these notes down. And he's actually quite an artist, like not like you know like in those old medieval books how they have like those like kind of 2D arts and stuff. It looks very much like that, like an old fairy tale kind of art style.
Okay. As you all sit down, you're treated to a small feast as Crim begins to bring out a number of strange morsels towards you. The meats seem a little darker and a little bit of a stranger tinge in color, but from what is put in front of you, it's pretty good considering it's the equivalent of space bar food. He also continues to bring a number of ales out for you along the way. You sit and wait for about an hour's time. Is there anything you would like to do or discuss over this 1 hour?
Oksana eats so much food.
I'll slide whatever portion gets given to me to Oksana.
Yeah, Tristan barely touches his food. He like tastes it and just push it on the side.
What is the matter with you? You're not hungry?
I agree. Oksana's onto something. What is wrong with the both of you?
Well, I prefer food for the mind than for the stomach right now. I think with all the stress and anxiety at the moment, I'm just not quite up for an appetite.
No. I think you are confused. Food does not go to your mind.
You are not incorrect. Yes. No, that's quite an astute observation.
Eat something. It will help you.
Sicardus is just going to be eating. He's going to order just 3 for drinks, only 3 shots.
Okay.
Only 3.
Only
shots.
3.
Only 3.
Solid. Is there any fruit or vegetables?
Yeah, there's a number of fruits and vegetables as well. They are, from what you can see, they resemble closely to root vegetables. they kind of look like potatoes, some of them look like carrots, except very strange. The carrots are green and are shaped like pretzels. The potatoes very long and thin, that have sprouts on either side of them. But
Be one of them pretzel carrots.
as you all continue to eat, it is, like I said, it's good food for being stuck out in a strange outpost in the middle of nowhere.
Can we count this as a short rest?
You can absolutely count this as a short rest, yeah.
For no reason.
So I'd like to take bets on how quickly Mr. Marcus fucks us over.
Oh,
could
I
you
pretty
say
much
that?
guarantee you will.
Yes.
Well-
So how do we prepare ourselves for that? Because it seems inevitable. He seems he's going to do something terrible along the
Well, I
way.
thought about that. And,
Are you still
well,
quite
I mean,
confident that you can fly one of those ships?
Yes.
So when and if they do something, then we could most likely carry out the original plan you had for Jed.
Again, I
So-
don't know how many times I need to explain this part of the plan. Is
Are we
that
doing
I
it now?
don't know. No. No, Grimoire. No. I don't know where I'm going. So
Yeah.
that's a problem. I can steer the ship, but unless someone can tell me where to steer it, I will be sailing us free.
we need a space map and someone who can read it.
Oh,
if we
okay, I get-
find
I-
ourselves-
I understand what we're doing here. We're just playing hypothetical, right? Because obviously this guy is like the nicest dude I've ever met in my entire life.
Yes.
But
Hypothetically. Be prepared for
mean-
all options.
we would, I mean, hypothetically, we would kill off his crew and we would become the new crew, but we would have to kidnap him so that he could actually tell us where to go. This is a fun game.
I like
But also remember,
I like
Very fun.
he has 3 crew members, if we are to believe his word on it.
Yes, that's also a problem. That's 4 against the likes of us. I don't know if we're coordinated enough. And I'm not used to working with so many people. You add so many variables to the situation. So
So what you're
really,
saying, you should be fine.
Yeah,
I
I'm
know
not-
I will be fine, as I have
Good.
been up until this point. The rest of you, I'm not so sure.
Well,
I
I'm
haven't
not
been
exactly a
surviving for
fighter,
the
per
last
se.
couple months in the unwanted territory for nothing. I can handle it myself.
The unwanted territory, why? Have you been there?
Just say I needed to get out of town for a bit, clear my head.
That's
It's-
a weird place to
It-
clear your head, Sicarius. Mister, I am so trustworthy. Really, please explain. What did you need to clear your head from?
Maybe some other time. I don't trust you enough to tell you.
It
Fine.
seems I've spent quite a long time there too.
Say that. Sorry, would you just say?
I think I spent quite a long time over there too. In the, how do you call it? Unwanted
Unwanted territory.
territories? Yeah.
Is that how you two know each other? Are you together? Did you live together there?
No.
I just met him this morning in the unwanted lands.
Oh.
Oksana burps really loud.
That was a pretty good one. I give you an 8.5.
She'll give you a high five.
He nearly like falls off your shoulder, but catches us.
She's
can
food
taste it.
all over her face.
As
Oksana, you have some.
Good. At
potato-
least you are eating something then if you can taste it.
No, yeah. You have some potatoes here.
What?
Right there. You have some potatoes
She'll
here.
look at Grimmer and get
He eats it off your sheet.
Oh.
Oh God! Ew.
Some sort of symbiotic relationship. That's fascinating.
What did you say? What is this word?
He said
Symbiosis.
symbiotic. It means like when we help each other out. That's sort of
Yes.
our relationship.
Yes.
Which is true.
Yes. You understand. She'll just like nod and smile and keep chewing.
I'm drawing a picture of everyone. like
Okay.
in the book.
Okay.
Sicarius actually brings up a curious question. Basil and I ended up in the same place as you all were. Why were you there?
Are you
Was it-
talking about the tavern that blew up?
Yes.
Well,
It was
wasn't
aban-
really
it was
the tavern
abandoned,
that blew up,
right?
It was the man.
It looked abandoned.
Yeah.
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 Oh, just a quick question. Out of game, am I still
Oh.
poisoned?
Oh,
No,
fuck.
no. You were healed as soon as we.
I was healed. Okay.
You're healed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
yeah.
Okay, good.
That guy looks unwell.
Well, we were looking for a place to get some curing for his poison that from the revenants that we ran into.
All right.
That's why we were there.
Yeah, me and Oksana were just running away from some folks.
But what
Thieves.
folks?
Thieves. They stole from me,
Well,
and we.
we weren't running from the thieves, technically. We kind of kicked their asses. You remember when you hit
sure
the guy on
did.
the head? It was a really
Yes,
good one.
I did.
I bit him.
got
It
it.
was
I
crazy.
clotheslined him. Ha ha!
You-
So it appears that you guys can handle yourself very well too.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course.
All right. You kicked their asses, and yet you were the ones running away. I'm having a hard time
Well, no, we
grasping
were
that.
running away from somebody else. They started running away from us, and then I heard a little noise that I didn't really like, so we ran after that.
Oh, all right. Well,
So-
that's
What
very
brought
random.
you to the tavern?
Oh, just typical day. I don't trust you enough, Sicarius.
Oh, we just told
Touche.
you everything. This seems a little.
I know. I was just jesting. Sicarius is super annoying right now. We were running away from the authorities.
Oh, so you guys are like criminals.
Well, we weren't
He looks
exactly
at
running
Basil.
away from the authorities. The authorities may have been running away from us, but we were trying to seek medical attention for that other fellow that came with us. May he rest in
Dennis.
peace.
The guy who got eaten by the giant crane.
Yes.
Yes.
We were trying to seek medical attention for him in a quieter location than the middle of the street when we happened upon the tavern.
Was he like a friend of yours? Or...
No.
Well, we'd met him that
Oh,
morning,
okay.
which seems like a
Seems-
common theme to this story.
Yes.
Yeah. It's almost like we didn't even exist before we knew each other. It's like-
Well, you two seem to have quite the nice the rapport.
yeah. Oksana's great.
We have been friends for some time.
Yeah, a few months, I think.
How did you meet each other?
Oh, well,
Sorry.
Screamer, my mouth is full. You tell this one.
okay, all right. I guess I'll. Sorry, I'm not used to talking to people for this long. I was like being carried by some folks, some thugs, some ruffians, if you will. And Oksana here kind of came in and saved me. And then she brought me back to Maggie and Carlos, who I live with, and they were really sweet. And yeah.
Yes, we need to return to Maggie and Carlos.
Yeah,
I
they
have
they're
her
good
berries
berries.
for her hip.
I can only imagine she probably can't even get up off the couch.
I think we're all in agreement that we need to go back. Everyone wants to go back, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
Unfinished business must take care of.
The
Tristan,
stuff
you're
we needed
so
to clear-
dark and spooky over there. What's your deal? You want to go back?
I think so, but I don't think I can.
Why? Why talk in cryptics, Tristan? Why can't you go back?
Because it doesn't look the same as before.
Maybe
When I
you
wa-
are on the wrong finger.
No.
Well, interestingly enough, that's actually quite an astute
Maybe.
point. I mean, technically, none of us can go back to where we were because the place that we were exists in the past, even to a degree in our memories themselves. As time goes on, things change, people move, and our lives and our very perceptions of the world around us also change.
You're in like a constant state of blowing my fucking mind. Did you know that?
You know what? I am so happy to have met you because most people think I'm a complete annoyance.
Oh no,
I can
You
see
don't
that.
say.
Yes, well, I mean, I'm keen to get back to my work. I've been doing a lot to try and ensure that people within the city of Dawnsgate are able to access and utilize magic and spellcraft without having the authorities breathing down their necks for what is an inherent right to, I think, their very personage. But of course, it's a one-sided fight at this point, and I think understanding that change can be scary, and of course unfamiliar, there is no, I guess there is no guarantee that things will be the same when we go back, is what I'm saying, Tristan. And if things have changed for you, then perhaps the place you're supposed to be is supposed to change with you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You talk very open for somebody who's looking to commit treason. Treason.
Treason today may turn out to be revelation tomorrow.
That's
I'd like
really
to talk
well
to you a
said.
little more about that later. But Tristan, why don't we just try and get you back, and maybe it will be the place that you are trying to find.
Maybe we can give it a try. At least it will be better than here anyway.
I am happy to help you when we get back. If you are lost.
Thank you.
She's a really good tracker.
Yes.
That would be nice to have you along for the journey, I guess.
We will find where you need to go.
As you all continue the conversation, a few moments later, you hear the sound of your newest captain walk through again. Ah, my friends, you seem to have been enjoying yourselves so far. Has the
There
food
he
and
is.
drink been good?
It's
Quite
been so
good.
good. Thank you.
Very good, very good. Is there anything that must be done before we depart, then?
No, I don't believe I require anything.
Very
It'd be
well,
nice
then.
to sleep, but I suppose it's better to get a move on.
We have places you can sleep on the ship, not to worry about it.
I won't be sleeping on the ship, thank you very much.
Well, that's your choice, then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's the case, I'm prepared to leave, if you are, but perhaps a bit of a celebratory drink before we go, a custom from where I'm from. Crim, if you could bring your finest bottle, just a few drinks for all of us.
I think I figured it out. He's going to try and kidnap us.
I really don't think he would do that. I mean,
No, we're playing the hypothetical game.
oh, hypothetically, like if
Yeah,
it were me, I would
hypothetically.
totally order a round and put something in it that makes us all fall asleep or something. I don't
Right.
know.
That's exactly.
Can you
Right.
hear us?
It's the best game.
Yeah, I know,
But I'm
just-
speaking in a hushed tone to.
Yeah, we're just sort of muttering to each
Oh,
other.
okay.
Because I love a good story. Like the whole hypothetical thing has Basil like, yes, no, this story might happen.
As you wait for the drinks to arrive, you notice you've been sitting for quite some time, roughly an hour, and could definitely use a good stretch. Maybe a little bit of D&D yoga over on this side. Oh, the Screaming Phoenix, as I like to call it on this side. Oh,
Ah,
yeah.
Oksana!
Oh, this side.
I'm sorry.
Oh, this one's
No,
the
quite all right.
Displaced Beast. Oh,
My-
yeah, it's
my
a good
face
one.
got in the way
That's
of
a
your
good one.
fist.
Oh. As Crim brings over the bottle, putting it down on the table, he lines up a few drinks in front, or glasses in front of all of you, as he pours a glass for all of you, including Marcus. He lifts a glass to the table and raises it. To new friends and new companions, to traveling under the best circumstances, I'm sure.
Absolutely. And he goes to lift it up, but when he goes to drink it, he'll turn his head this way and throw it behind his back because Grimoire doesn't drink. So
You hit me with it?
yeah, splashes right into Oksana's face.
Ah! And then she'll do her shot.
Okay.
V will yeah, fuck it. V will do the shot.
Okay. As
Sicarius is going to grab his original shot.
as Marcus takes his shot back, he looks to the rest of you.
As he takes a shot back, Basil will throw the shot over his shoulder.
Okay.
Jason will drink it, but not enjoy it.
Okay.
Tastes like crap.
It's top shelf stuff at this point.
Not for him. Not for Tristan.
Might be me.
As you take your shots back, he asks you all right, so shall we board?
Oh, please, after you.
Yes, no, please lead the way.
Of course. As he begins to rise from the table, he begins to walk out the front door.
I just want to make a general note, like throughout the entire process of like approaching the ship, getting on the ship, like V is like scanning everything to see if like anything stands out to her that would be like an alarm bell, maybe remind her of like a coup in the past or like something's off with the ship or something like that.
Okay.
So as Sicarius stands up, he's going to take one of the 2 remaining shots that he has. He's going to toast the glass on the table till we meet again. And down it and put the 2 empty glasses next to the full glass and walk away.
Okay.
Sicarius getting lit.
I only had 2 shots. That was it. I only drank twice. 2 shots.
I thought you did 3 shots at another point.
No, I ordered 3. I took one earlier during the table, and then
okay.
that was my second
Got
right
it.
now, and I left the third on the table full.
Understand.
Okay. As you make your way outside of the bar, unless there's something else you'd like to do?
No.
Okay. You continue onward towards the docks. You find yourself in front of one of the larger ships on the docks directly. V, go ahead and make a perception, actually an investigation check for me. Actually, no,
All right.
make an insight check. Now that I think of it.
All right.
Actually, make a religion check.
That is a 16.
16. As you begin to look around, it reminds you very much of the airports that you've been to so many. While you look around, there are many individuals that seemingly would be individuals that you wouldn't necessarily trust, even on a good day. But they don't seem to be making any kind of malicious moves or anything along those lines. Seemingly just continuing to work about their day. You begin to climb a small ramp that leads up to the front of the ship. And as you crest over the top, you can see now that there are 2 individuals, both very much hippo humanoids, that seem to be very large, very bulky individuals that are seemingly working around, putting some crates to the sides, hoisting the sails themselves. At this point in time, Marcus turns to all of you. Well, make yourselves comfortable. I'm sure it's going to be a bit of a long flight. As he says
long?
this... Sorry?
How long?
A few days, most likely.
Oh, we should have gotten provisions. Jesus Christ.
He said he was going to take care of it for us.
As V
And
says
it seems
this...
as though they've got enough food to feed several hippopotamus.
Right.
As V begins to say this, you see her begin to wobble on her feet.
Good night.
A few moments later, V, Oksana, and Tristan all fall on the deck, looking like they just all passed out, as Marcus turns to the rest of you. Well, Hear me. I thought more of you would fall. But I'd appreciate if you'd hold your hands out. We're going to have to tie you now.
But of course, usual fare. Do we empty our pockets? Do we just put our hands up? Do we take a knee?
You shut up.
Oh, okay. Yes, fine.
And as the party begins to be tied up, that's where we're going to take a short break.
Oh God.
With that said,
If you're mugging us, I have notes.
With that said, we're going to take a short rest, probably about 5-10 minutes or so to go freshen up, do the El Baño breaks, as they say. While we're waiting, or while you guys are waiting, go get your own beverages, whether it be, orange juice, apple juice, space juice, or
Sleepy juice.
Sleepy juice. Yeah, that's a good one as well. Guys, we'll be back in a few short moments. As always, we're going to take some questions on chat. If you have anything about myself, the cast, the universe, anything in it, go ahead and drop those down in chat, and we will try and answer those as soon as we get back. So stick around, guys. We will be back in a few short moments. Love all your faces. We'll see you real soon. Cheers.
Bananas.
And welcome back, everyone. Did you just say bananas?
Bananas.
I just ate a banana.
I know.
Oh my god.
Psychic link, remember?
Oh yeah. That's what it is. First and foremost, thank you so much for the raid table quest. Crimson, if you haven't already, please give a shout out to those lovely, lovely folks. Thanks, guys. We're just playing a little D&D tonight. As always, we take a few questions on our chat, so we're going to try and blast through those as quickly as humanly possible. DM Dave, thanks for letting me be another barkeep for you. I'm sorry, Crimson. It's just I have to put you where they go, so that's what you were. Unless you want to be the villain, then I can potentially do that for you next time.
Well, he would love that.
Right? Of course, what do you love about my face? Everything. Was the campaign inspired by the new Spell Breaker? I'm going to assume you mean Spell Jammer book. Is that right? No, it wasn't. This is a city campaign. We're just doing a little side questing like I usually do. Tristan, have you had a chance to process anything yet? Do you think the shock of everything will break your mind?
I should be able to process it, but it hasn't been a day yet, so...
Yeah, it's been like an hour, so...
yeah,
a couple hours.
So, give me some time. I'm
Right.
getting there.
V, what kind of sailing experience do you have?
Lots.
Okay.
Guess you're gonna have to wait and find out.
We will see, baby. Oksana, do you have a preferred finger to have adventures on?
No fingers, only fists for adventuring.
Well played, well played. Grimoire, what was going through your mind on the wild raft?
Well, he was a little scary, but honestly, I was pretty cozy the whole time.
Sicarius, were you in the military at one point? Leaving full glass behind means a lot to you.
I wouldn't say military, but he was part of an organization, yes.
Okay. Basil, what the hell are you?
Complicated.
Very good answer. Another one for Basil. Have you thought about what you're going to say to Jed if you meet him again?
You left me on the dock. What's the hell? What the hell, man?
Okay. And I think that is all the questions that we have. So with that said, let's go back into tonight's episode where we left off. Basil was just surrendering to Marcus and his crew. Tristan, a little bit of a rollback for us because of what you told me on break. You have not fallen asleep, so it is only V and Oksana at this point who have fallen unconscious. To the rest of the group, you now see the other members of Marcus's ship now walking towards you. Sicarius, Tristan, and Grimoire, what would you like to do?
So Basil's raising his hand. Well, as they're approaching, I'm going to pull my greatsword in a defensive manner.
Okay. Tristan.
I'll just stand beside Sicarius for now.
Okay. The other crew members now pulling their weapons as well and still moving towards you. Grimoire, what are you doing?
Grimoire rushes over to Oksana and jumps on top of her chest and sort of like a cat, like his back fur is like puffed out and he's hissing at the guards approaching.
All right.
Oksana's snoring very loudly.
Are we caught between the crew and Marcus?
No. So the crew members are now walking up to the back of Marcus.
Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So they're
What
both
is
on
the
one
meaning
side.
of this? What have you done with our companions?
Oh, nothing that'll hurt him for too long, but I would say you might want to put down your weapon.
Looking over at Tristan, trying to get an idea if I'm on my own on this one.
I'll
How
follow
many
your
are there?
lead.
Are there 4 or 5?
From what you can see, there is Marcus and the other 3.
So 4. Basil's no use. 2 other people that are good are down.
I'm just gonna step just while you discuss this. I'm just going to just off a little bit.
Basil excuses himself from being killed.
Remembering how we got overrun with with more greater numbers, Sicarius is just gonna back and throw his sword on the floor.
Okay. As you throw your sword down, it doesn't take much time for them to round you all up and tie you up thoroughly.
I have to say, as they approach Oksana, Grimoire would try to take a bite out of someone's hand. So
Okay.
I have
Finally,
to,
some
I have
biting
to
somebody.
Okay, one
whether you
of the
determine that to be an act of combat or not is totally up to you, but that is exactly what happened. So.
Okay, so as one of the very large GIF, the hippopotamus-looking humanoids walk over to you, their hands almost the size of half of your body altogether. He reaches down to grab you by the scruff. Go ahead and make an attack for me.
That would be with my bite. 16 to hit.
16. You chomp down on the hand of the GIF. Go ahead and roll some damage for me.
7 points of piercing.
Oh, wow.
7 points of piercing damage.
My max,
Jesus
max
Christ!
bite damage.
You draw blood on the nape of the creature's hand as he pulls away, shaking it, bellowing out loud. He raises a large fist and throws it towards you. Whoops. That is going to be a natural 20. Sorry about that, buddy. Let me pull up his stats. Hold on a second. As he lays into you right across your chin, you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down.
Okay.
18.
Gremmer falls unconscious. It was not a lethal attack. It was just he hit him really hard and knocked him unconscious. As he picks you up by the scruff and brings you over. He begins to lead you over to a large grate that sits close to the front of the deck. He lifts it open and motions you all in there that are still left alive or standing.
If you don't mind, I'll take the little furry creature off you. Yes.
He just gives you a solid stoic stare as he just grabs you from the back and pushes you down the steps as you tumble forward into the belly of the ship below.
Why are there so many steps?
From that, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall down the stairs.
You realize we don't know where you're taking us in the beginning. This is not necessary.
It is, though. Anyway, down you go.
Hate level 1.
One of the other GIF has Oksana hoisted over his shoulder as he brings her down. Another bringing V down as well.
Can
Tristan,
I please
Nate.
fart in my sleep?
Yes, you can.
Great. I fart in my sleep anyway.
Okay, just like in real life, I guess. Tristan, I'm assuming are you going to put up a fight in all of this?
No, I know the way. I can walk myself. Thank you.
Okay, as he leads you down, the last one just tossing the body of Grimoire down into the pit below.
I will go over to Grimoire and use my last 2 points of healing touch and lay on hands for him.
Can I try to catch Grimoire before he hit the ground and takes 2 death save because he hit?
Again, he's unconscious. He's not dead. So there's no death saving throws happening right now.
Still want to catch him.
But you can try. You can absolutely try and catch him. Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Bless you.
Thank you. Oh god.
You are forbidden from sneezing ever again.
I'll roll.
That's a 12.
A 12. As the small creature comes piping down towards you, you're able to bend down and catch him in your arms as he falls downward. You kind of get pushed back a little bit as Sicarius makes his way over, giving a little bit of healing towards your companion. Something that you've seen him do before with a purplish glow around him as he holds on to what looks to be a necklace around his neck.
How much did I heal for?
2.
2.
That's all I got left.
Hey man, I'll take it.
You hear the sound of rust on metal as it slowly closes the gates over top of you, and you hear a large latch flip over before the sound of a lock on atop of it. Looking around, you find yourself in the hull of the ship. There's a few cargo crates around you, some small rations, more ropes and equipment for the ship itself. As the individuals kind of loom over top of you, you can look up through the grate seeing them. As Marcus turns towards his companions, he gives a little bit of a snicker. Another round for the miners. Captain Ajax will be quite pleased. We'll catch a busty pouch of coin on this one, gentlemen. And they all give off a very malicious laughter as they walk away from the grate.
Captain Ajax?
Yes.
He just made my list.
Mm-hmm.
Is Grimoire conscious again? From the healing, or is he still knocked out?
You do come to consciousness. However, before you do, what seems like a dream or a vision crosses across your mind's eye.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
First change of fate of the season.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
As you dream this strange dream, you find yourself once again floating in the astral sea, this time not bound by anything, no sheet over top of you or raft underneath. You continue to float along. It gives you a sense of peace, almost, as you continue to move forward. As a large, what looks like cluster of stars, what you may recognize as a constellation, begins to move and twist itself around, something you've never seen the stars do before. Once again, you find yourself in front of the outline of another one of these large creatures, the giant crabs, as you put it earlier. However, this one, directly in the center of its face, you see a shimmering blue star. It looks towards you. You are far from home, little one. What brings you to my realm?
I don't really know. I'm pretty sure I got punched in the face.
A strange way to come to the astral sea.
Yeah.
Tell me, little one, are you afraid?
Oh, almost constantly, yeah. But not any more than usual right now.
You have nothing to fear of this place. Where it may be void, where you may not find many a thing as you look around. There is much here for you. You should see it less as nothing, but more as everything. For here you rest in a place that is between worlds. The lifeblood that flows through all of the planes. Here you can be anyone or anything. Find your balance and peace. That is something I give to you.
Oh, I don't. That was really pretty. I don't really know what that means, but thank you, Mr. Giant Thing in the sky.
Perhaps we will meet again one day, little one. And as he says this, the constellations begin to move all around again, reforming itself back into its original form. You suddenly feel a warmth overcome your chest as you burst awake, seeing Sicarius with his hands over top of your chest. As you once again come forth to consciousness, you feel a bit strange, a little bit more confident. Grimoire, until the next change of fate is cast, you have a decision of when you'd like to roll with inspiration.
Okay. Better make use of it before it goes away.
I will say this, it is available to you only once per short rest.
Oh, okay. Once per short rest.
Immediately.
With that, he'll look up at Sicarius. I don't know what you're doing with your hands there, but it feels a lot better. Thank you.
You're welcome, little one.
Much
You took a big punch there.
Oh, don't worry. It's not the first time I've been knocked unconscious. It probably won't be the last. Wait, where's Oksana? And he'll look around.
She's right over there.
Looking around, you see Oksana and V, who seem to be beginning to stir.
He will skitter over to her. Oksana, you okay?
She'll like snap up. What? What happened?
We got we've sort of been captured by those guys. Turns out I'm not the best judge of character, I guess.
It was the hypothetical.
It was the hypothetical, yeah. That's why you play the game, I guess. Right, Basil?
Yes. It's why we play the hypothetical game. You see Basil kind of nursing a couple of bruises from like his fall on his like back and his arms. But at least for the time being, we're on a boat, and that's at least one step forward.
We
I'm
we're
just a
on
bit
another
surprised that they showed their hands so early.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would have,
Why?
hypothetically, I would have waited till we were out at sea a little bit, but yeah.
I'm just wondering, and V will say really quietly, if I should just continue to play being asleep so they don't bind me like you all are bound. And she'll just lay back down, her eyes closed.
Are they not bound?
Are they?
No, they're not bound.
Oh my god.
I mean-
Oksana, would you rip these off, please?
I was
No
gonna
problem.
say you could actually just get up and actually help us out. If you wanted.
All right.
Very
Fine.
stupid.
Can I try? I want to grab his rope. I don't want to untie them. I just want to rip them. Can I try that?
Sure. Go ahead and make an athletics check for me.
Don't break my wrists. They're very thin.
Nat 20
Okay.
for 25.
Oh.
You easily just
Folds
tear them
out.
apart like it's a small piece of thread.
There you are, my friend.
Thank you.
V will go up to Sicarius and she'll put her hands out. Or your hands tied together? What's tied?
No,
on
the
you?
only one who actually allowed them to tie it is Basil.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
he gave up
misunderstanding.
immediately. Like,
Yeah,
Oh,
he just
okay,
gave
okay.
up immediately,
So never
and the
mind.
rest of them started to put up a little bit of a fight.
Oh yes, no, I surrendered instantaneously.
Yeah.
Mm.
And yet I was still the one who got hurt somehow. Bloody
yeah,
wankers.
shit,
I don't know. I
stairs.
got punched pretty fucking hard.
Stairs, damn it.
You saw that?
I mean,
I didn't realize you actually squeaked when they hit you.
Yeah, I'm a little
Somebody
bit
hit you?
squeaky.
oh yeah, he took a
Yeah,
big
one of
pounding.
those big hippo
But-
guys punched me right in the face. See, and
You
he's-
will
he's
show
got
me
a
which
shiner.
one.
He's got a
He was
shiner.
protecting you.
Somebody in chat
Lethal
said that
man.
this is how Grimoire got the chip in his tooth, was like from that big hit.
Aw.
You will show me later which one hit you. I will
Okay.
teach them a lesson.
Yeah, we'll get him back. Don't worry.
Yes, we will.
Speaking of which, how should we go about doing that, guys? I mean,
All right. Well, let's have a look around the space. Maybe there's some stuff here that we can use to our advantage. Meanwhile,
sure, I'll
we
go
can-
check out the lock just to
Well-
the door. I'm not gonna do nothing with it yet. I'm just gonna check it for like I don't know traps or something like that.
check for traps.
Yes. Yes, Grimoire, you're learning.
Did
So
Did they take
proud.
our did they take our belongings?
They did not.
I'm the
They do
stupid
not
one that
see-
my sword.
They
not
they
see
they
us
Sicarius
did.
has, like, a great
Yeah, no,
sword?
they did. They would have taken Sicarius' sword as he dropped it on the ground and didn't pick it up. So
Um,
We're
Okay.
the dumbest prisoners ever.
They're not
Please
very
tie
thorough.
me.
these are
Like,
really
take my
bad
sword.
kidnappers. All right.
Oh, I would assume they were going to disarm us.
well, the
Oh,
only one
well.
who really has a weapon per se is that was still awake is you, Sicarius, that they could find.
I reach into my boot and I pull out a knife.
Okay.
That is cute.
Thank you. Would you like it, Sicarius? I mean,
I
it
do
might
have
not
a,
be a sword, but
I have a dagger.
we're fine. I just put my dagger back in my boot.
I do have, and he'll reach into his blanket and pull out a short sword. I got this. If that's better.
You got a
These
don't
are
really-
very bad kidnappers.
They're
I
not the
know.
smartest.
Use it.
No.
Maybe we should have fought back.
Yeah, maybe. But that was the only one.
Well,
So
I mean,
wait,
use
let
this
me
thing
get
if you
this
want it.
straight. Oksana and I passed out, and the rest of you all just said, "Take us."
No, I mean I bit one
well,
of them.
well, you see, Grimoire
I
fought
bit him
very
really
hard.
hard too.
Right.
Yes, you
okay,
did.
Grimoire. You are a good person. Thank you for that.
So much.
The rest of you, you just let yourselves be kidnapped.
Looking
Well,
at
it's,
Basil.
it's easier to fight back in space when there is no guard than to make a commotion at port and get the guards on our back. So we'll do it now.
Well, while you were
I also
asleep,
prefer to use my words.
the rest of
then.
us were outnumbered.
Well, speaking of which, that's actually a pretty good idea. What if we waited until most of them fell asleep before we go and maybe make a little surprise attack on them, and we go with our hypothetical plan that we had earlier, where we off most
Well,
of them
I mean-
except for the one who's taken
Good
us.
Well,
idea.
yes, but an interesting posit that I might have is we are supposed to be taken to someone named Captain Ajax,
Yes,
which
for
we
the
don't know where
mines.
exactly that location might be. Perhaps the Rock of is
The Rock of Brawl. I think it was.
perhaps this place is the destination they're taking us to anyway. In which case, being prisoners up until a point where we are much closer wouldn't exactly be the worst of things.
But what if we kill the I don't know how you say the crew, and then we force the captain to take us where we want to go?
But then we have to work to man the ship.
No, he meant the
Apparently,
ship.
we have
threatened
somebody
him.
that knows how.
Yes,
no,
I
no.
could tell you all what to do.
I believe a ship is more than one thing to do aboard it. That's why usually multiple people work on a ship. Having the
Anything we
helm is
do,
one
we're
side
going
of
to
it, but-
have to do it before we get to their destination, because then they'll have reinforcements.
This is a good
Yes.
point.
Actually, a really good
Mhm.
point.
Yes, but of course, like I said, if they're taking us there anyway, then really they're just fulfilling their end of the bargain still, right? I mean, we're still being brought to
But
where we
if
wanna
we're
go.
the cargo, then whoever they're trying to sell us to will help
Oh,
them.
yes.
Oh, well, what
Alright.
if we
We
kill
can't
the
get them.
crew, we force the captain to tell V what to do, and V tells us what to do because we are the new crew.
And just to make sure that this guy doesn't lie to us or anything again, like we could say that if he doesn't take us where we're supposed to go, we like I don't know, say something really mean like we'll slit your throat if we go anywhere but where we're trying to go.
Mm.
You seem
Okay.
so happy
Yes.
about that possibility.
No,
Anymore.
no,
I think it was the taste of human.
it sounds
give
silly. I
flesh
feel
that
like
changed
coming
him.
from me.
So they did mention that it'll take a couple days to get there. So we should take this opportunity to rest up, get our strength before we strike.
Let's see if we have any food over here.
Well,
Because
yeah,
it-
like Basil said, I think
We just
maybe we
ate.
should take a look around just in case.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
Let's
check
look.
out that door now.
Yeah, V will just start looking around, seeing
Yeah.
what she can find in the room.
Okay.
Same.
Yep,
Uh,
same.
Grimoire, as you make your way up to the gate or the grate, the grate is very large and most likely very heavy. You can see very thick bars that make up the most of this gate. As you kind of peer up the best that you can, reaching your hands out, trying to get any sense of what is atop you. You do feel what looks like a large lock. You can feel around and feel that there is a keyhole to it. From what you can see, there doesn't seem to be any traps per se.
Why did you have to say per se? Okay. All he's gonna do after that then is he's just gonna keep an ear out to see if he can hear any back and forth between the captain and the crew.
Okay, make a perception check for me.
Okay, I'll do so at advantage.
Sure.
Good, because that was a net one. 5.
5.
Oh
Bas-
my god.
Basil sitting next to Grimoire playing the flute.
That's
Uh,
really, really pretty.
As you listen intently, you don't hear any words per se that you hear. You can hear them scuttling around, seemingly. You can hear the sound of ropes being pulled on the ship's deck. Just general work that needs to be done in order to man the ship.
Okay. Make his way back to the others.
Okay. Who else was looking around the room? V and
Karius was as well.
okay. All of you
And Swiss Dave.
give me investigation checks.
13.
18.
10.
10. Okay. As you continue to look around, you mostly find bits and bobs that would be related to the flying of said ship and the maintenance of said ship. There are, more sails that you've found, more ropes that you've been able to find. You also find a small amount of rations, anything fancy or particular. A large pouch or a large sack of rice and bits and pieces of rations there. Enough for you to potentially live off for a couple days if need be.
Oksana is just like somewhere in the, I don't know, whatever room we're in. She's confused by something that is really easy. Like she's pushing something you're supposed to pull, or like And she's just preoccupied with that.
Yeah, fair enough. By the way, I forgot to mention, you guys have 2 temptation dice that you can use
Oh, okay.
at your will.
Ooh, fancy.
So besides the rope, it doesn't look like there's much to be used in except for the food.
Should we set up a trap in case they come down here again?
That's
Good
actually
plan.
a good idea.
Okay.
Ooh, I know a great trap. The
Yeah.
one that you put you take the rope and you put a circle on the floor. Sorry, the player doesn't know what it's called. And when they step into it with their foot, they're hoisted up by the ankle, upside down.
That's an amazing idea. You guys found a net?
No, a
Oh,
rope.
a
A
rope.
rope. You know,
Oh,
you,
It's-
like it's just a
it-
little
it-
loop and it
it's
gets
called a
one person
snare.
and pulls them up.
And
Yeah.
if we've
Yes.
got actually, if we've got the sails, we could always cut a sheet out of it and then use that as a makeshift net.
How tall is the floor to ceiling for where we're at? I'm assuming we're down under.
Yeah,
So
it's
what's the space?
it's a relatively large hull interior. So there's probably about 15 feet between
Oh.
where you stand and the top of the, I guess, the bottom of the deck.
The trouble is the crew are hippopotamus,
Yeah,
and a rope
that's
may
true.
Oh.
not suffice.
They're pretty big. I mean, at the very least, never mind. I got an idea. Don't worry about me. You talk amongst yourselves. Grimoire will go up to the stairs, about 5 feet up the stairs. No, 8 feet up the stairs.
Okay.
Take a piton and he'll push it into the wall, and then put a string and tie that around there.
There
lead
isn't
it
necessarily a
down.
wall on either side of the staircase. It's just like a small kind of step ladder that leads down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, yeah, he'll put a piton on one side of it, just on the step itself, and tie a string around it. And at the bottom, he'll tie a bell. And he'll be like, at least we'll know they're coming if we decide to get some rest or something.
Okay.
but then won't they also know when the bell goes off that we know
Yeah.
we're still locked inside?
You're right. It was a stupid idea. He
No,
takes it
no.
apart.
I thought it was a wonderful idea, Grimo. Don't listen to her.
Yes, it's fine. It's an added precaution. That's all I'm saying. Maybe we think of an additional trap.
Well, even
Well-
if they know that we know that they're here, we know that they know that we know. It's all according to plan.
Well said, Oksana.
Mm-hmm.
I do have these 1,000 ball bearings that I could just put on the stairs so they trip and fall down or something.
That's not too bad, I suppose. Oh God, I don't know any other traps for hippopotamuses. Or what are they called? Hippopotami. Thank you, Basil.
You're welcome.
I mean, I also got this, and you just hold up a flask full of oil. Would this be helpful? I don't.
But if you put that on the steps, doesn't that hinder us from getting out?
That's very true.
True.
How much space is underneath the steps?
Underneath the steps, there's a fair amount. The ship looks to be about 50 feet long, and you have full access to the hull underneath. There doesn't seem to be any rooms or compartments underneath. So the step ladder just simply is almost suspended. Well, it is suspended.
So there's a gap behind it, right?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I know that my plans have gone from ideas to cockamamie schemes very recently.
Mm-hmm.
But if I may, perhaps we could make the sound of a commotion of some kind, attempt to lure them in, and conceal ourselves beneath the steps. Then, once they come to inspect it, opening the gate, we simply rush out onto deck. While it's not necessarily a trap per se, it might afford us exactly what we need to be able to get the upper hand. Especially with, of course, the mighty Oksana now awake and ready to rumble, as it were.
What am I? Chopped liver?
Silence.
So now that we're all ready,
I don't think you're chopped liver because
Look,
I don't
to be
like
fair,
liver.
to be fair, no, actually, no. To be fair, the V has proven herself to be masterful at the work with the rapier. I've seen her work firsthand, and she was able to definitely hold her own and above against a great number of adversaries as well. I was more. You know what? I've got no backtrack on that, and I'm going to just move on. So,
So would we
The
try
point
to
being-
then lock them in once we got out?
yes. At least that's my initial thought.
Most likely, they
Always-
would only send a few down.
Are
Well,
we
we're
still,
still
in a
short
place
in
where
numbers.
you can do portals with your mind? Can't we just make a portal to go up?
That's really smart. And I feel suddenly really stupid. Thank you for that.
This is new feeling for me.
Well,
It's not true. You're really smart, Oksana.
Oh, thank you.
I do-
Try.
I do have to say, though, Oksana, when I was trying to save Grimoire, it was very difficult to keep the portal open. It was blinking. I could have lost a hand. And in fact, my rope was cut in half. So I didn't even want to put my hand in it. Now, I don't know if that's just because I am terrible at opening portals or what.
Maybe we can use our mind to make some other kind of illusion to bring them down here one by one, or to somehow, you know.
I make illusions.
Mhm.
There we go.
So, you know how we kind of got into this mess. For example, and I'm gonna wave one hand, and you know that portrait I wrote of us eating the food and the meal and stuff like that. I sort of rip that page out of the book, and as I do, I sort of shake it a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a painting on the wall. So it's not actually an image of the creature, but a painting, which is one object, of all of us at that feast. But I want to do it as a perspectives photo, you know, like the ones that they do on like the street corners to make it look like there's a hole or something.
Mhm.
So as you like move around, it looks like it's 3-dimensional.
Okay.
Wow.
Give me and you're doing this with magic as opposed to with your mind?
With magic.
Okay.
Fabled images.
Okay, perfect. As it takes only a moment as Basil begins to turn through his book, pulling the image out of the book directly, you can see bits and flakes of almost a light start being pulled out of the book as he waves it in front. A beautiful mural now appearing on the side of the ship wall. You see what looks like all of you standing in a 3-dimensional space, which is very odd.
Wow.
Now we need to get them down here.
Grimoire goes up to the painting and kind of runs his fingers across where his other arm should be.
Wait,
Looking a little sad.
are we not going to sleep?
Well, I think we should sleep first. I just more to the point of what we could do. I mean, we could even do something like this. And I'm going to change the tail. I'm going to grab a different one. And I'm just going to put it a hole like there has actually been like a crash. And there's a hole, gaping hole in the side of the ship, for example.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
You are playing mind games.
Hmm?
Aha.
Yes. This is
You
why
are
I don't get into
tricky.
sword fights.
Very
that's-
good.
That's not real. All right. Well, how about we get some rest and then perhaps implement our plan tomorrow? And you know what would keep us really safe while we slept? An alarm bell of some kind. And I look and I wink at Grimoire.
Grimoire's kind of looking off into. oh yeah,
An alarm
absolutely.
bell of some
yes.
kind.
I got it covered. Don't worry, Basil. I got you. Rush over. Reset up his little alarm. What's
Sure.
that?
Should somebody keep watch?
I can take first watch if
I can take first, second, and third, and fourth.
And as a point, the bell's really small. It's not actually probably going to be loud enough for them to even hear it. But I figure if I put it next to my keen ears over here, I'll be able to hear it and wake up everyone else. You know. Maybe.
Yes, this guy can hear everything.
It's
Can't you,
true.
little man?
It's true.
She'll like scrub.
Kristen,
Sort of static sound.
are you not sleeping now? You don't eat, you don't sleep.
I don't feel the need for it yet.
Yet? How often do you sleep?
Oh, I just woke up this morning.
Me too.
Okay. Well,
I think most of us probably did.
yes.
No!
But don't you need to
Alright.
sleep so you can wake up again tomorrow morning?
And be rested for the battle ahead. I'm sure
Oh,
it will.
I've slept long enough.
You're very weird. But I don't care if you die, so good night. And
Yes, I'm not
B
going to
will
lie. I'm
just.
a bit tired. Ran around town earlier on today and got blown up by some bags of holding. So I'm going to just sleep in the corner over there.
Oksana, can I snuggle Grimoire because he almost died?
You absolutely can.
Sure thing.
B, before she goes to bed, she will she'll take out her little music box. It's sort of in the shape of like a compass, and she'll open it and it'll play a little soft tune. And then she'll close it and tuck it back in her shirt.
Can I make a perception check to see if I saw that?
You could probably hear
heard
it.
You played it. Oh, okay. Never mind.
It played a song.
Got it. I will wait for her to fall asleep and do things.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else anyone would like to do before they head to bed for the evening?
I'd like to do something after I go to bed.
Okay.
Okay, then, well, after everyone else falls asleep, Grimoire will carefully lift Oksana's arm off of him. Extremely quietly. Just walk over to me and take her music box.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Let me know if at any point I need to do a roll.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You need to do a sleight of hand check for me, please and thank
Okay,
you.
and I will use my inspiration that I get once per long rest.
Okay.
Once per short rest.
Short rest.
My
Short rest.
god.
Do I see him moving around?
That's true.
He's
You
alive.
do. You would notice him getting
no,
up and
I'm
moving around.
sleeping. I'm
No.
sleeping. He said he waited until everyone fell
Yeah,
asleep.
actually,
Yeah,
I'll
but
need you to
Tristan
make.
doesn't sleep.
And a stealth check?
Are you trying to be stealthy with it?
Yes.
Okay, then yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check for me.
So,
There's temptation.
point
And
of
I would
order,
say the stealth
the
check would
sleight
be
of
at disadvantage because
Okay.
Tristan is actively looking for something along those lines.
okay.
Temptation dice.
Should I use the sleight of hand roll I just had? For my stealth
Completely
check
your
then?
choice, my friend. Completely your choice.
Okay, I'm going to do that because that makes it a straight roll, and I rolled a 24 on my first die. So...
Okay, fair enough.
Or actually, that was for sleight of hand. 26 for my stealth check.
Okay.
Oh boy.
You are easily able to maneuver all around without Tristan being awake. And as you make your way over to V, you seemingly take the small music box.
And he will just rustle back to Oksana, put her hand back where
You're
he found
gonna
it,
die.
and just kind of play the music box to himself really quickly. Just kind of like ooh and ah it. And then he'll make a point to try to wake up before everyone so he can put it back where he found it.
That's
You're
fair.
gonna try and put it back on V's body?
Yeah, but
Oh, you need to roll
before
for
you
that
wake
too.
of course. Of course.
Okay, apparently you guys don't need me anymore.
I think Dag wanted to do something in the interim of that.
Yeah.
Wait! Actually, I completely forgot. Since you played the song, I have one of the songs that actually would be from the music box that our friend from season 1, D, helped me compose. So I don't know. We forgot.
My God.
We forgot to play test to see if my phone will pick up on the mic. So I'll try playing it.
Let's see.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, let's see.
The suspense is killing me.
Very
Very
quiet.
loud.
Very quiet. Oh, that's very loud.
That woke everyone up.
Yeah.
So when
yeah.
you're the-
Immediately, everyone is awake.
Did I hear that?
Well, you would have heard it before she went to bed. Basil, what are you doing at this point?
All right. So Basil's going to try and find an opportunity to eat.
Okay.
In the middle of
Sus.
the night.
Okay.
Yes.
In the middle of the
Um,
night.
What that
I go walk into
entails,
the fridge.
I'll have Dave. I'll let Dave kind of decide what that means for me.
Okay. As you look around, finding some, or at least laying down to find some rest, you begin to look around as you perk up, most of your friends or your new companions falling asleep. Looking around, you see Oksana and Grimoire laying there peacefully. Walking over to them, unbeknownst to the rest of the individuals within your party, a blackened shadow is seen arising from your back. And somewhere, far off in the distance, the sound of a howl is heard. But that, my friends, is going to be a story
Don't like that.
for another day.
Don't like that.
Don't like that.
Don't like that. You
Don't worry about
sus little bitch.
Hey, get ready to work together. You got a theft and some creepy shadow over our part. Yeah, that's great.
Well, ladies and gents, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us for the evening, playing a little D&D. We always appreciate your lovely, lovely faces. We do have a Discord, as Crimson said, and hey, if you're watching this on YouTube and you like our stuff, maybe do the subscriptions and the likes and maybe some comments and all those wonderful things that YouTubers say that I am not trained for.
Smash that ding-a-ling.
Yeah, do that thing. Do the thing that Bobby said. Yeah, all the things. With that said, we're going to do a little bit of rating for the evening for all of the individuals who have come along and followed along so far. Thank you so much, and welcome to the Tripper family. To all of those who have given bits and subs and all of those wonderful things. GF Powers, I see you over there. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, that's all we've got for the evening, folks. And until next time, to all the adventurers out there, I beg of you all... Oh, wait. Hold on, before I do this. Is there anything else anybody wants to say before I go?
Yes.
I love you.
Okay. Dag, take it away.
I've sent Dave a picture, a thing. I'm starting a premiere because someone was asking about this earlier on. I'm doing a premiere of a series of Spelljammer on my channel, starting on Friday for the folks in the US and Saturday morning for the folks in Australia. It is a 12-episode series run by my friend Ryan from Roll for Initiative, and it's awesome. And I actually get to play one of these hippo people in that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
Please
a
don't punch me.
blast.
They're pretty strong.
Yes, no, I remember this very carefully. I was brought onto this small ship, and there was this little tiny bastard who bit me on the arm. Look at this. These required 16 stitches they did, and I had to get a tetanus and a rabies shot, all right? So I punched him in his face, and I kept the tooth.
Amazing.
It's all canon now. It's all canon.
It's all
Yes.
canon.
So go check out our good friend Dead Aussie Gamer over on his channel. He's going to be starting up his own little Spelljammer things very shortly. And with that, that's all I got left to say. So folks, all the adventurers out there, whether you're entering a new outpost in a far-off plane unbeknownst to you, or floating through the astral sea and happening upon constellation, possibly named Gary, I beg of you all, one word of caution. Be careful out there. You can trip. Guys, I love all your faces. We'll see you in the next one, and take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.